How to stay ready as an independent welder. The first thing is you want to make sure you have all the equipment needed to do the job you're trying to do. And I would say this for the record. You don't want to have things on your rig that you don't need. Things that could actually get stolen, that could slow you down, that could get broken. So I would say if you specialize in a certain area, take the things you need. Like I just seen people have so much stuff in their toolboxes and they're looking for something and it literally they pull up, it takes them 30, 45 minutes to an hour to find certain tools and certain things you need. So I would say as an independent welder to stay ready is to always make sure you got your main accessories. And remember that when you're independent, there's a few different ways you can eat. I like to say three different ways. Um, I grew up in a culture where we believe in mind, body, and soul. So that's three different parts of us. We have three different elements in one. So I think being an independent welder, you have to do the same thing. You can use your skills and just use your skill set and get a job and make some independent money. You can use your equipment and make some independent money, and or you can start a business and have make independent money by doing products, things like that, in small services. So you have to learn how to think outside the box. But I would say this for the record that is very, very good to have everything you need on your personal rig. That way, whatever truck or whatever toolbox or bag you use, and if you do a few different things, have a few different bags. Have a toolbox for this or a toolbox for that. And I think that that's wise because later you'll realize, okay, if you're doing rigging and doing this, you got a toolbox for rigging and that. If you're welding and installing, you got a thing for clips and that. You know what I mean? Like depends on what you're doing, but make sure it's specialized and catered to what you do. You know, I just wanted to show you my welding skid, and this one actually I designed this welding skid actually for my shipping container conversions. This welder, this welding skid actually have a portable welder that is a 250V. So I got 250 volts that I can actually get up to, but I never use that much. And I have the welder generator where I can actually plug into the container to fire it up to make sure everything works once we get the electrical done. And I can also use it with the welder, use it for the power, for plug-ins, you know, the full nine. So it was actually a win-win with this one. And with this generator, I can actually use it to fire up my house. So if some things went wrong or the power went out, I can actually fire up my house with this generator. So it was a killing several birds in one stone. And as you see on this skid, I don't have real big bottles, but I have nice sized bottles because from what I have learned, a lot of times we'll carry more than what we need. This here is pretty much sufficient. Once you know how to set your gauges and you set your gauges right, you only got so many pounds of pressure coming out. And I think that's a good thing too. A lot of people don't know how to set their gauges. So you want to most definitely Google that. That's some easy information you can find out. Google that and it'll show you how to set it, how many pounds to have. Some people have 25, and there's a whole lot of pressure coming out when you only need about 5 to 8 to 10, depends on what you're doing. And you can save more gas and oxygen that way. So you want to keep that in mind. I also got a reel. So I have two different reels on here on this one. I got a reel for the cutting torch. You know what I mean? And I also got my cutting torch reel and the way I got it set up where I can snap everything off. You know, because that makes it easier. So I got quick connections on that and also on my gauges. So I think that is good because I can be able to have certain things put up, and when I'm ready, I can pop back in and keep doing what I'm doing. I think that's a great asset. And then having a extension cord reel. This reel actually is around 50 feet, and it actually have a breaker in it. So if it's kicking up too much, it's a breaker in the inside of this reel. So it makes it pretty cool. I can do several things with this one. It all depends on what you need. You can order you one of these off of Amazon, or you can go to Lowe's, Home Depot, somewhere like that, and you can get you one for a good, decent price. I believe I spent, I want to say 60, 70, 60, 75 bucks, 50, 75, between that range and that one. I can't remember. I had it for a little while. And got me a small toolbox. Now, this toolbox was actually the width of a regular size small welder. So I was able to turn it to be able to kill several birds with one stone. I don't have to have a whole lot of stuff with me, but I have to have enough to be able to do certain things. So I like to have my rod and my grinder, anything that I'm using, anything that I know that I'm gonna be using a lot. I got some things out already. Anything I know I'm gonna be using a lot. I like to try to have certain things that I know I'm gonna have, certain rod sizes. And normally when I'm doing field installs, normally I'm always using 3/32. A 1/8 rod is actually too big when you're doing ornamental work. Now, if you're doing some structural welding, yeah, you can use 1/8, but it all depends on what's how thickness of the metal you're using. If you're using 1/4, 3/8 plate that you're welding up, I would say use 3/32 because you can use that. Don't have to have a whole lot of amperage, and you can be able to have more rods on you. So I like to use 3/32 rods, give you a lot more control. So unless it's something real thick, normally I'm using 3/32. And when you're doing field installing like for gates and fences and repairs, 3/32 weld is a great size rod, and you can get a good weld, multi-pass is whatever you need to do. So I would say do that. And just wanted to give you some updates on mine though. And also on this one, I got it where I can pick it up with a forklift or I can pick it up with a crane. Well, on this one, they don't have the lifting knives for the crane, but I can put the crane lifting knives, but I do have it for the forklift. So I can just scoop it up and take it out when I need to take it out. The good thing about this skid, it gives me the opportunity to do shipping container conversions and do welding installs without having a bulk amount of equipment. See, a lot of times people get their welding rigs and they want to get these real big welders, weigh their truck down. They think, oh, I got to get this real big truck real quick. And sometimes, family, what I have learned is all about using what you got and getting started. Instead of me worrying about, man, I need to get a 3500 or to get a big weld to get this. I'm gonna start off with what I have and keep it going. And I think that's the grind and the definition of HogOn. Hustling over grinding obstacles naturally, because you're gonna face certain things. Don't think you gotta have everything brand new. Don't get caught up in that. Just get what you need. That's the main thing. So don't worry about brand new things. Just get what you need. So with this one, I was able to, like I say, I can do structural jobs, ornamental jobs with this same setup and my shipping container conversion. So I'm able to do plenty of different things. My first welding skid that I actually built, it was more heavy duty. I was doing a lot of structural welding in Phoenix, Arizona. We were doing a lot of structural installs. So I had real big bottles. I had a bigger unit on it. And, I had my reels on it. It was more for the tailored to what I was doing. So on this one, I'm actually going to be adding a reel to it so that way I can pull out for my welding leads. Right now, I got these where I pull them out. So I got them wrapped up. I got like 50 feet that I have available for this unit because I can actually pull this one out and I can plug it up into a building, or I can leave it on my skid and run it off the generator. So it all depends on what I'm doing. And normally, with what I'm doing, normally I'm right at the job. So I'm never farther than 50 feet from what I'm welding, normally around 25 feet, 10 feet, you know what I mean? So normally I have the welder or whatever I'm welding close by to what I'm doing. And now I have had places where I had to park one place and run around. Then I had to get longer leads to actually do an install, but it still wasn't too bad. So try to just keep what you need on you. Like I say, as for me, having 50 feet on both is plenty, but I like to try to have 150 on one, 50 on 100 on the other. That way, I can kill seven birds with one stone. Some people like to keep 100 and 100. It's just whatever you like. You know what I mean? But I would say keep what you need. So to stay ready, just have what you need. Utilize what you got. Keep things simple. Like I say, I actually got this hard hat welder set up for the field because some places I'm always using my hard hat, especially when you're dealing with OSHA. So I actually got the welder the hard hat that will snap on. So I got a good hard hat. You can get these off Amazon. These are actually stainless steel. I had some that was plastic, but they tend to break or crack over time, man. But these here last me for a long time. I would recommend these. They're probably $30 to $40 for these clips, but they are most definitely worth it. And like I said, a good hard hat, but I can be able to put the other one in the inside and just use it if it's in the shop. But this is a good Jackson hood. I really like it. I like this hood because I can actually, it's good for overhead welding too. So I can have overhead welding on this and it won't melt and mess my hood up. That's why I really like the Jackson hood. Just my personal preference. And then I like the pipeliner hood. I actually got one in my truck of a pipeliner hood too. So I like to have both. Depends on what I'm doing. Just wanted to kind of give you some updates, man. The main thing was how to stay ready is keeping what you got on you, keeping it simple, not having too much, just having what you need, and making sure that uh, you are, you know, me and a friend of mine was talking the other day about how we grew up saying, I'm a jack of all trades, a master of none. We want to break that curse, family. We want to say we are a master of something and we're going to jack everything else. So for those who are welders, we want to master the welding. We want to master what we do. You might not be a master at all of them. Like some people say, man, but you haven't did stick, TIG, MIG. I'm a combination of welder, so I can do it all. But I like, you know, whatever you do the most, you're going to tend to master it. So if it's stick welding, then you're going to be a master at that. You can say I can do it, or it's going to be TIG welding or MIG welding, whatever you do, just master something. And just remember, it's very important nowadays to have our independence. So use what you got. That's another reason why I built the welding skid. I designed it. So for those who are needing the prints, you can actually get them in horizontal or the vertical edition in this welding skid, and it's only $100. So you can buy it. You can be able to duplicate them, make them, build your own, add some accessories to it, or I can actually build you one. The price starts from $600 and up, depends on what all accessories you want on it. But for the most hand, most of us are fabricators, welders, and I think it's good to have a product or something that we actually built. So it's all cool to have some time where you can actually construct something. So the prints, like I say, they're on my website. That's HogOnWelding.com. That's HogOnWelding.com. You can just go in, hit products, and you should be hit services, and you should be able to see the welding skids at the bottom. Just scroll down to the bottom. They're going to say horizontal and vertical. When you get these skids, the print gets downloaded to you, and you get everything downloaded to your email. If you are getting them and you need an extra cut sheet or ask me any type of questions, make sure you email me. It's HogOn1@gmail. Let me know you got the skid or you just got it. Or normally I get an email saying that you purchased it, and then I can answer any questions. So I'm always open to answer any questions. But having a welding skid can most definitely build your independence. You can use it in from a S10 Ford Ranger to a 15, 3500, 2500 truck. It don't even matter. And you can build it out of different material. This one is actually made out of channel and tubing. I got 3-inch channel and 3-inch tubing is what this is actually made out of, and pipe. So I use Schedule 40 pipe and to make the uprights for the bottles, for the acetylene bottles. But like I say, the skid is a way for you to make money. My goal is I built it to build my independence. And since I did that, it has helped me, and it helped a few more other people because they had bought the skids, they had built them in schools, they had helped, build their businesses, get their things, look a little bit more organized. Not only do you look organized, you are organized. When you pull up and you got everything professional, people look at you like you know what you're doing. And that's another thing. Staying ready, and I was always told if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So not just only having all the tools, but you look like and you know what what you're doing. So when someone see you and say, "Oh man, I need a welder," it's instantly they'll know, man, he got a nice setup. Surely he'll know how to do this or that. So they can help you out too when you're getting jobs, when you're moving around the city. People see your logos. Always advertise. I love to say that because some people, we get these rides and nice cars, and for some reason we don't want to put no logo or business on them. Like, man, that's gonna mess up, man. Listen. If you spending 30, 40, 50 grand for your vehicle or more, you need to be advertising and learn how to get write-offs and learn how to kill 7 birds with 1 stone. So everything is business, family. You got to think that nothing is personal. You got business people that don't have nothing in their names. It's not personal. It's all business. We are in America, and we have to learn that, family. That's why I love to say products over talent. Products over talent. So before I end this video, man, I just want to say the best way to do, man, to stay ready. You don't have to get ready when you're an independent welder, man. Y'all get your hog on. Keep being blessed. Continue to prosper, fam. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for checking in, man. Thanks for checking in. Be blessed, man. Y'all enjoy y'all day. Hog on.